Om. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Yoga Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsa Rishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyah. ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. ओम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या योग विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः. तेषां सर्वेषां कृपा अनुग्रहेण योग दर्शन वेदांत दर्शनोक्त ज्ञान साधन द्वारा आत्मानुभूति द्वारा कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थम तत्कृत कंकणबद्धानां दिग्विजयार्थम श्री पतंजलि महर्षि प्रणीत योग दर्शन शास्त्रस्य व्यास भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. आदौ योग दर्शनाचार्याणां स्मरणं प्रणामाः. ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय कपिलमहर्षये नमः. 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 ओम पतंजलि महर्षये 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 नमः. ओम व्यास महर्षये नमः. 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 अथ पतंजलि महर्षि प्रणीत योग दर्शन शास्त्रम द्वितीय पादम साधना पादम सूत्राणि. ओम तव स्वाध्यायेश्वर प्रणिधानानि क्रियायोगः समाधि भावनार्थः क्लेशतनुकरणार्थश्च अविद्या अस्मिता रागद्वेष अभिनिवेशाः पंचक्लेशाः अविद्या क्षेत्रम् उत्तरेषां प्रसुप्ततनुविच्छिन्न उदाहरणाम् अनित्या शुचि दुःख अनात्मसो नित्य शुचि सुख आत्मख्याति अविद्या दृग्दर्शन शक्त्योः एकात्मता इव अस्मिता सुखानुशयी रागः दुःखानुशयी द्वेषः स्वरसवाही विदुषोऽपि तथा रूढः अभिनिवेशः ते प्रतिप्रसवहेयाः सूक्ष्माः ध्यानहेयाः तद्वृत्तयः क्लेशमूलः कर्माशयः दृष्टा दृष्टजन्मवेदनीयः सति मूले तद्विपाकः जात्यायुर्भोगाः ते ह्लादा परितापफलाः पुण्यापुण्यहेतुत्वात् परिणामतापसंस्कारदुःखैः गुणवृत्त्यविरोधाच्च दुःखमेव सर्वं विवेकिनः. ओम शांति शांति शांति. In this 15th sutra we are there. The theme of this sutra is given in the sutra itself, which is elaborately explained by the Vyasa Bhagavan Bhashyakara, that for a Viveki, a common sensed person who has used his intellect properly to think, taking past, present, future, cause, effects, etc. into account, for him, in every of the Vishaya Bhoga, which is a giver of Sukha to an ordinary person, he will give only Dukkha to him. He will see Dukkha only. Therefore, he will refrain from indulging in that. Then what he does, totally unobstructedly from within, focuses on the Chitta Vritti Nirodha for the Kaivalya Prapti. Conversely, the ones who find Sukha in the Vishayas, they will go only for that Sukha. It is difficult for them to wean away. And therefore, any day, any 1,000 lives after also, if you have to establish in Kaivalya, we have to do the Vritti Nirodha. If we have to do the Vritti Nirodha, we have to wean away from our external involvements. You have to involve external involvements. If you have to wean away, then we should stop seeing Sukha in them and we should start seeing Dukkha in them. क्योंकि जो चीज़ दुःख का सोर्स होता है, उसी को धीरे-धीरे छोड़ते-छोड़ते हम अपने जीवन से दूर कर सकते हैं। Is it not? Therefore, if you don't find non-presence of sukha and presence of dukkha in the world and do the other way around of seeing sukha and not dukkha, then how can you leave that which is giver of sukha? You can't live. That is what we are all doing, caught up in the world. Therefore, become a viveki and use all these four techniques to find dukkhameva sarvam vivekinaha. So, what are the four things? Parinama dukkha, tapa dukkha, samskara dukkha. Then fourth, guna vritti avirodha. Now, parinama dukkha we have seen, tapa dukkha we have seen. Let us see what is the third one. Yesterday we have come up to this point. Mm. 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 Vatagyan tataha. Mm. सः कर्माशयः लोभात् मोहात् च भवति इति एषा तापदुःखता उच्यते. Finally, every karma phala bhoga leads to karma ashaya. Karma ashaya has only one job of giving us tapa or dukkha to us. This is how the tapa dukkha he discovers. Again, they are connected. Parinama dukkha kya hua? In the parinama, the kleshas are strengthened. Okay. What is tapa dukkha? Obviously, when the kleshas are there, their only job is to give us the dukkha only, tapa. Therefore, tapa dukkha ka भी उनको है ना. सर्वस्य देशानुविद्ध चेतना चेतन साधना दीनः ताप अनुभवः इति. So we get suffering, misery because of the chetana and achetana which is not conducive to us. Tatra asti dveshajah karmashayah. Therefore, we have the karmashaya of creating dvesha to that jada or chetana from where we got the dukkha. Sukha sadhanani cha prarthyamanaha kayena vacha manasa cha परिस्पंदते. ततः परम अनुगृह्णाति उपहन्ति च इति. So such person keeps on seeking the sukha sadhanas. Sukha sadhanani prarthyamanaha, giver of sukha to kaya and vacha and manasa. Tata param anugruhnati upahanti cha iti. Paranugraha pidabhyam dharma dharma upachanoti. Such a mind in the mind, dono. So this dukkha I have got. Now somebody should help me in coming out of this dukkha and I want sukha. So therefore he starts becoming again slave to the people to help him to get out of the dukkha and sukha. So that for the sake of that help seeking from that person, he involves in some or the other karma. Again, which is back to the earlier one of dharma and adharma. सो ताप संस्कार का विवेक क्या कर रहा है? ये विवेकी कि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल व्हाई द ताप कम्स टू अस? बिकॉज फ्रॉम सम ऑब्जेक्ट और द पर्सन देयर इज ए दुख. पॉइंट वन. व्हेन द दुख केम बिकॉज ऑफ सम पर्सन और ऑब्जेक्ट, व्हाट डू वी डू टुवर्ड्स दैट पर्सन? वी गेट द द्वेष ओनली. सो द्वेष का संस्कार बन गया. सो दुख एंड द्वेष संस्कार. देन व्हाट डू वी डू? I want to come out of the dukkha. Then again, we request somebody to help us in something or the other. Again, if that person helps us, it will create a raga again. So, in this way, getting favor from people by doing some dharma or loving words to him, and hating the people who are giving a dukkha, adharma कहते हैं उसको, या द्वेष करना. So, in this way, this person is never in chain, being in the worldly objects. That status is called ताप दुख. हमेशा परेशानी. कोई आकर तंग करेगा उसको और उससे बचने के लिए और किसी का हेल्प मांगेगा. By the time he is coming out of that, somebody else will trouble or the same person will trouble or the helping aid has gone reduced, again ताप. In this way, the cyclic chain of tapa dukha raga tapa dukha raga is watching. This viveki. Therefore, you will not go into the worldly indulgences. Sa karmashaya lobhat mohacha bhavati iti esha. I told you na? Lobhat mohat. When dvesha comes, we are under the delusion. When the raga comes, we are under the moha. हाँ, on the लोभ, सॉरी ग्रीड. दुख हो गया तो डेल्यूड होकर लड़ाई करते हैं, और सुख मिला तो उसको क्या कहते हैं ना, वी गेट द ग्रीड, द लोभ ऑफ इट. इन लोभ एंड मोह वी आर लॉस्ट. इति एषा ताप दुःखता उच्यते. नाउ द थर्ड वन, का पुनः संस्कार दुःखता. व्हाट इज दैट संस्कार दुःख? एक्चुअली अर्लियर टू ओनली द संस्कार. ही सेज कि सुखानुभवात सुख संस्काराशयः, है ना, सुख अनुभवात सुख संस्कार आशय. आशय मीन्स कर्म संस्कार, है ना. एनीथिंग, ए नाइस कूल ब्रीज, यू हैव एंजॉयड इट, और a very good dish, you have enjoyed it, a good scene to the eyes, you have enjoyed it. सुखानुभवात सुख संस्कार आशयः. ओके, दुःखानुभवादपि दुःख संस्कार आशयः इति. when the दुःखानुभव कम, दुःख का संस्कार बढ़ते हैं. एवं एवं कर्मभ्यः, with the karmas, vipake anubhuyamane sukhe dukhe va. When the karma leads to its karma vipaka, which is inevitable, giving us sukha or dukha, when they are experienced, punaha karma ashaya prachaya iti. Again the karma vasanas grow. That is what he says. In fact, these three are interconnected. What are the three? Parinama, tapa, samskara. ये तीनों interconnected है. The wrong parinama giving us tapa, creating samskara. Samskara again pushes us. Therefore, parinama tapa samskara, which inevitably give us dukkha, he is focusing on the dukkha, which consequently comes as parinama tapa samskara when he involves in the worldly bhoga. Therefore, he doesn't want the dukkha, therefore he doesn't do involvement in them. ये है a main point of this particular portion. Viveki, what you will see is dukkha only in those places where you and I see sukha. Okay, first परिणाम क्या हुआ कि राग के रूप में आशय बन गए. Then every time you don't get the things, therefore sometimes unconducive things are there. Therefore there is the unsuccess or no happiness. Somebody also hindered that one. Therefore we have dvesha towards them. Therefore the tapa ka dukh ho jata hai हमको. Now whether do good thing or bad thing, both of them give result. When the result are happy or miserable, we indulge in them. We indulge in them. Both of the indulgences again in consequence establish or strengthen our karma ashaya. So इसका डर किस में है? वासनाएं बढ़ने में है. Of this viveki. That vasana again creates some or the other desire. Then he'll have to again go back into the world. In this way, evam karmabhyaha vipake anubhuyamane sukhe dukhe va. Through the karma, when the karma vipaka called karma phala, in the form of sukha or dukkha, it comes when we do the anubhava of that. Punah punah karma ashaya prachaya iti. Karma vasanaओं का बढ़ना ही होता रहता है. He observes that. And more karma vasanas or karma ashaya, we are subjected for more and more pushes into the worldly births and deaths, and compelled to do work according to the karma ashaya. Very tough it is to come out of that. That's what we, when we are studying Vedanta, again and again telling. Through the upasana, bhakti, purify the heart. More than that, don't add the new impurities. How do you add new impurities? By looking at the world as an object of enjoyment and trying to procure that objects of the world through the desire and desire prompted activities. Same thing in another language is called as creating agami samskar. So आगामी का भय को मन में रखकर this viveki in the present time is not indulging in the vishayas. And for that is taking the help of दुखम एव सर्वम. Immediately नहीं है दुख, immediately तो मजा आ रहा है दुनिया में. for all other people, but उनको सजा दिख रहा है. Therefore, he is not enjoying the maja there. He is seeing the saja. Therefore, he says, I don't want that. That's it. There is a parinama dukkha, there is a tapa dukkha, there is samskara dukkha. Therefore, how much ever you advertise it to me, tempt it, I will not go for it. Is a very subtle point from the sadhana standpoint, same thing, and a common sense point also. Finally, every of the Vedanta and yoga is nothing but simple common sense. You are the happiness, be happy with yourself. Common sense thought it is. Is it not? A middle class people. What is your income? What your budget? What is your avkat? Accordingly, only we have to buy the things, is it not? But if you don't see the parinama dukkha, tapa dukkha of the present doing, then we go. That's what they do. They pay. What is the सोना भी गिरवी पे लगा देते हैं. Then बैंक में भी loans ले लेते हैं. Then अड़ोस पड़ोस से पैसे लेते हैं. Then बंधु मित्रों से लेते हैं. For what? To buy one car or to make his own house. Why are you afford? Do you have that money now? Do you don't have? When you don't have, why are you going for all that? Just because you observed somebody has got his own house. No, they also bought the house in this way and slowly they have cleared the loan. So that should never be that type of misguidance to us. जो हमारे पास पैसा हाथ में जेब में होता है ना, वही हमारा है. याद रखना. जो नहीं होता हमारा नहीं है. जो नहीं है उसके साथ कैसे खरीदते हो कुछ? Therefore, वो चला जाता है. फिर देन जब्त कर लेते हैं बैंक वाले, ये वाले, वो वाले, when you can't pay. If that common sense is not there, then we unnecessarily, on the name of the temporary sukha, we become so miserable. So with all these loans, he made a house. On the day of Guru Pravesha, only there is a happiness. Or इसमें भी for the Guru Pravesha, inevitably I had invited all the people who have given loan to him. Then उनका चेहरा देखकर इनको खुशी कहाँ आएगा? That fellow also will smile in this way कि कब दे दोगे मेरे पैसे. And this is very funny thing in the world. When you make a house, people think that you are rich. They don't accept that by taking lot of loans you made a house. And those who gave loan, they think इतना बड़ा बना है मतलब पैसे था ही, फिर मेरा पैसे वापस करो. नहीं तो फिर ब्याज दे दो. I'm just telling you in common sense one example of on the greed of wanting to stay in the own house when you are not affording, without seeing the parinama tava samskara dukkha in the present while buying the house, how we are deciding our own dukkha later on. And कब तक वो दुख रहता है? तब तक जब तक वो घर बेच कर बस सबको लोन दे दिया. Because basically you don't deserve it. बस इस लाइफ के लिए तुम्हारा बस रेंटेड हाउस में रहना है. That's it. Nothing wrong in it. Do you upasana, mother and all, or learn our great talents and become a job holder, 4-5 job, तब जाकर धीरे धीरे बनाओ. Who says not? I'm giving one example. In the same way, another example of attachment to beings also. Is it not? Attachment to beings. मजा आता है शुरू में, but once you get addicted to that person in whatever the form, nobody is permanent in our life. Then the moment the mind changes of the people, which is inevitable, we start suffering. A Viveki, what he knows, here I am involving in this person in my mind with attachment, whatever the relation, it will in consequence give dukkha only. Therefore, he will cut it there itself. So to at the gross level of eating anything, etc., it will spoil my health. Therefore, I will not go for it. Now, this topic, if it is 10% valuable, important to samsarins, non-sadhakas, 100% very important to us, the spiritual seekers, because spiritual seeker is he who is putting every step, using every word, entertaining every thought, keeping in view what is its consequence. Is it not that being so sensitive, so alert is called as sadhana, which is a price we have to pay? Because anything we add, again we have to remove it and throw away. अब थ्रो करना है तो ऐड क्यों कर रहे हो? and only those things you add which are required for the sadhana. Is it not? Like when the Chandrayaan is sent there, whatever is required exactly for the work, वही उसमें रखेंगे ना. Unnecessary, why will they increase even a 1 gram load? है ना, जा रहे हैं ना चंद्रयान, है 2 चाय पत्ती और 3 कॉफी पाउडर और 1-2 चीनी का पॉकेट उसमें रखना. अब जब मैं जाऊँगा तब पीऊँगा. It will be an added load. That will define so much of the thing that will affect the whole work progress there. So therefore nothing extra added. ये भारत माता का झंडा लगाना चाहिए, तो अबे पेंट किया ना बदर, उतना काफ़ी है. अब झंडा के लिए जाओगे तो फिर वहाँ पर भोजन हो जाएगा ज़्यादा. As much they are like the NRIs when they come to India and they want to buy the whole India and take to America, but वहाँ weighing mission होता है. Exactly that much. And those who are well off etc., they go in executive class and they pay for the whole flight. वो तो फिर 2-4 होते हैं. Whole flight and whole freight charges they pay. But others जो मजबूरी से जा रहे हैं, out of compulsion, so they weigh, अच्छा this much is allowed, this much. In the airport they open अचार का डब्बा. वही कि 2 अचार के टुकड़े निकाल दो तो weight कलेक्ट हो जाएगा. And they remove the डब्बा. Just like any सब्जी वाले, एक टमाटर निकाल दे उसने, because 10 ग्राम ज़्यादा दिखा रहा है वो. As we do in the world, a Viveki also is always aware of whatever I am thinking, doing, eating, talking. Is it adding to my sadhana or is it removing? Or it is making it difficult? This particular sutra is teaching us that. Though the sutra in wholesale talking one thing, but in detail, retail, it is talking so many things. What is the wholesale thought? Ki for a Viveki, where the others find sukha in the world, he finds dukkha. Therefore, he will not go for it. This is what the main thought. But the intricacies, the subtle discussions are so elaborate, so beautiful. And to you and I as sadhaka, therefore, conclusion is what? Anything which disturbs our sadhana, we should not go for it. And what is that disturbs our sadhana? Forgetting sadhana and involving in anything. On any front or on any name, it will create vasanas. परिणाम में दुख देगा, ताप का दुख होगा उसका संस्कार. परिणाम is called raga, ताप is called dvesha, then samskara means what? इन दोनों का संस्कार बनते हैं, then we have no control. एक बार the samskaras are created, so to the prarabdhas are created, we have no way then to go through them. Not only it will disturb our sadhana, but it makes us terribly miserable also. So all this brings our mind intellect to such a very high level of sensitivity and awareness. Being very sensitive, being highly aware is the spirituality. At that level of sensitivity awareness only, when we withdraw ourselves from the world, then focus on the self. In that acute awareness only, the subtle-most self, first intellectually comprehended, then discovered as my own self. इस तरह से होता है. So this yogi के लिए सब दुख है. Now next one, का पुनः एवं इदम अनादि दुःख स्रोतः विप्रसृतम योगिनम एव. Okay, in this way, evam idam anadi dukkha srota. In that way, the endless flow of the sukha dukkha is conceived in the indulgence of the world by the yogi, by the gnani, by the viveki. So sukhapeksha से कुछ किया तो सुख मिला तो it becomes the राग और लोभ संस्कार. दुख मिला उससे द्वेष और क्रोध संस्कार. And both of those samskaras again create vrutti. Vrutti forces us to involve in the kriyas. So I am clubbing both Vedantic thought and yogic thought. They are not two. Main point we have to understand. The way of putting the language may be this way here, that way there. Therefore, एवं इदम अनादि दुःख स्रोतः विप्रसृतम योगिनम एव प्रतिकूलात्मकत्वात् उद्वेजयति. Therefore, subsequently for the sadhana, these indulgences, because they are pratikula, they do the udveja to him, therefore he will not go for it. How is it? What is the example can you give? Ki akshipatra kalpo hi vidwan iti. An interesting example is given for a yogi. Akshipatra kalpaha. ही विद्वान यथा ऊर्णातन्तुः अक्षिपात्रे न्यस्तः स्पर्शेन दुःखयति न चन्येषु गात्रावयवेषु एवं एतानि दुःखानि अक्षिपात्रकल्पं योगिनमेव क्लिश्यन्ति न इतरं प्रतिपत्तारम्. Very interesting explanation. आज इतना करके next time will next today. It gives example of Akshipatra. Akshipatra is the eyeball, the whole eye patra, ankaka. What is it thing? Urna tantu. Urna tantu means a very subtle fiber, let us say. Here the urna का example दिया. A spider's web जो जिस फाइबर से बनता है उतना सा बारीक बारीक वाला कोई भी चीज ले लो, एक कॉटन ले लो, just touch in the eyeball, immediately the eye starts burning and tearing and pain. How small is that? Very small, but is that not enough for the Akshipatra to get disturbed? Now, same that Urna Tantu, you put any part of the body, कुछ होता है क्या? Urna Tantu is a very subtle fiber, it's small little. कहीं भी लगाओ कुछ उसका फर्क, उसका presence also is not felt. So here, this Viveki is like Akshipatra. For him, even slightest of the formation of samskaras because of any of these indulgences is like that Urna Tantu touching the eyeball, the Akshipatra, and giving pain. And for the other people, the Aviveki yogi, it is they indulge in the thing as if it is not going to harm at all, just like touching that Urna Tantu, any part of the body. Therefore, they go on indulging. Be attentive. Whether somebody is extensively indulging or whether somebody is become very sensitive, the effect of the karma phala in the form of vasana is same. But the Viveki became Viveki and he is protecting himself by not going into anything, by knowing it is a cause of dukkha in future. And this sadhana, if we have not holding na, this thing ki आगे जाकर इससे मेरा साधना में भी सुख में भी बाधा होगा. In the present we cannot refrain from the world, and in the present if you have done something which is contrary to our sadhana, future may we have to definitely face consequences. There's no way. See that Akshipatra example, how sweet it is. आंख में थोड़ा सा लग गया तो इतना पेन, बट द सेम थिंग नो वेर इट पेन्स. फॉर एन अविवेकी अज्ञानी, he doesn't think at all that these bhogas, indulgence I am going through will be problems in the future. That's what is avivek. But the viveki knows परिणाम का दुख, ताप का दुख, संस्कार का दुख इससे होएगा, no, I will not go for it. For him, it is like the involvement in even smallest of the bhoga is like that urna tantu touching his eyelid and giving so much pain. Dukkha. Touching the eyeball, not eyelid, the eye house. That akshipatra kana, to eye it is. Now further, some more things are told. Evam etani dukkhani akshipatra kalpam yoginameva klishyanti na itaram pratipattaram. Only at a yogi it gives dukkha, not for a bhogi. In this way, itaram tu swakarma upahrutam dukkham upattam tyajantyam tyaktam upadadanam anadivasana vichitraya chittavruttya samantataha anuviddhamiva avidyaya hatavyaha eva अहंकारम अहंकारम अहंकार ममकारानुपातिनम जातम जातम बाह्य आध्यात्मिक उभय निमित्तास्त्रिपर्वणाः तापः अनुप्लवन्ते तदेवं अनादि दुःख स्रोतसा व्युह्यमानम आत्मानं भूतग्रामं च दृष्ट्वा योगी सर्व दुःख क्षय कारणं सम्यक् दर्शनं शरणं प्रपद्यते इति. Wow, wow, what a beautiful way our Vyasa Bhagavan is bringing to a good understanding. A conclusion of the first portion of the sutra, Parinama Tapa Dukkha Samskarahi, that one. Second one, Guna-Vritti Avirodhacha. Second reason is there for the Viveki to see the Dukkha in the worldly things. Before taking up second one, here is a good conclusion. Just 3-4 minutes. Tomorrow we will see that one. बिकॉज़ वो एक ही लंबा सेंटेंस कहा उन्होंने, अब एक-एक पद मुझे बताने में टाइम होगा। द सारांश इज़ दिस कि फॉर द yogi or viveki, any of the indulgence in the world is like the urna tantu falling on the akshipatra. For non-viveki, it is not like that. Because of it is not like that, he will involve. Because he is involving in it, he is involving, he will be fulfilling the desires. Sometimes they give enjoyment, then that becomes again a positive asana. Sometimes doesn't give it, then he creates a dukkha. And to remove that dukkha also, again he experiments to get the sukha. In this way, it goes on involving in only the samsara. This from distance that yogi sees. Therefore, yogi from his own life he learns, from the life of others also he learns. And finally, what he concludes? The conclusion is Društva yogi sarva dukkha kshaya karanam samyak darshanam sharanam prapadyate. देखो samyak darshanam is Vedanta. So finally, the removal of all dukkha is samyak darshana, the highest vision of Paramatma only. Sharanam prapadyate means he will go in Sharanagati to that samyak darshana, called as in Yoga Shastra, it is what do you call? Through the Vrutthi Nirodha, the Kaivalya Prapti. In the Vedanta, the same thing is the discovering the substratum, the self. To that he goes for Sharana. He totally surrendered for that goal. He will not involve in anything. That's the meaning of this sentence. But one or two thoughts more. We'll do that tomorrow. The last portion of this sutra. What is that? Guna वृत्त्या गुणवृत्ति अविरोधाच दुःखमेव सर्वं विवेकिनः. ये तो 2 मिनट की बात है, फटाफट हो जाएगा. With that important sutra can be said to have been studied. Then comes in that explanation only, the 4 steps are told to us. That 4 things will be answered in the next 4 sutras. What is that? Let us study tomorrow. So main thing क्या है ना, मैं रिपीट डेली कर रहा हूँ, एक ही टॉपिक ले रहा हूँ, दो इट इज टेकिंग लॉट ऑफ डेज, doesn't matter, but little ideas we are getting. We are at this level. We are at Mahavadavi or yogis. We are just opening the books to study. You are also doing it first time. मैं भी पहली बार ही पढ़ रहा हूँ, तो धीरे धीरे हम समझ रहे हैं. But this much ideas all coming to us, like these are the 5 kleshas, and because of the kleshas only mana is in kshipta moda vikshipta bhumika chitta, therefore it's not in the ekagra. That's why we are not able to do this abhyasa vairagya sadhana. Therefore the kleshon ka हमें तनुकरण करनी है. For that only we have to do the threefold the kriya yoga, तपस्वाध्याय ईश्वर परिधान. See, ideas are coming to us. नहीं सुना तो जिंदगी भर नहीं आता. कितने भी जन्म लगाओ संसार में रहोगे, you will never get the ideas. At least now we are getting an ideas. Then second round, third round में, when we try to see everything said in Yoga Darshanam, Vedanta Darshanam, keeping ourselves into the picture, then more clearly the understanding will come. तब जाकर भरपूर साधक बनने के मौका ज़्यादा है, complete साधक बनने का. So let us expect that to happen to us very soon, and we have excelled in our sadhana. We have reached the experience also. May it happen to us. Thank you. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.